Gemini, welcome to your June 2015 Taroscope reading with me. Hope wherever you are around the world you've got a few minutes to sit back and listen to what's going to be happening around June. 4 cards of the tarot representing one for each week, and then we'll move on to a couple of angel cards as well. Oh, I can't even seem to shuffle those. So let's have a look and see what's around for you guys for June. Okay. The King of Cups, the Hanged Man, the Seven of Pentacles, and Death. Now, I don't know if you guys noticed it, but I did as I was pulling the cards. They're all look pretty much the same. They've got a man with blue clothes and yellow around them. Blue and yellow, blue and yellow. And again, even blue and yellow in your reading. So 3 kind of people really up front and wanting to get some sort of message across. And as well as that, you have 2 major arcana cards, one in the 2nd week and one in the 4th week. So anyhow, let's go back to the 1st week and start from here. So we see this guy, the King of Cups. He's actually rather a charming chap and often associated with the water sign or water zodiac signs. So we start here with this lovely King of Cups. He's actually quintessentially a nice chap to have walk into your life. He can often represent the water zodiac signs, the sort of more emotional people who often contemplate the emotional side of life and can be supportive in that realm. He could also be coming to you in the guise of love and romance, or work, or family, or any of those means. Now, he could tend to be a chap of this type of age that you would expect a king to be, so slightly older, although it's not always the case. I feel if he's around in that 1st week of June, you know, utilise the energies that he brings to you, whether it be in some form of support or knowledge that he's offering, or social gatherings that exude this kind of warmth and caring and support type energy. Basically, he is a positive card. Now, often when the court cards turn up in a reading, it does portend to that type of person being around. So it'll be interesting to see for you guys, Gemini, whether or not either someone you already know but requires that your attention, or is on the scene in that 1st week of June. That's the feeling that we get from that. We come next to the Hanged Man, and we see again the same type of blue and red and yellow all around him, and the grey background. And it's really interesting that you've got 4 lots of grey background. So it gives me the feeling of kind of energies that are more contemplative, or even maybe you feeling more about yourself rather than out gregariously socializing. It's the grey to me is kind of the middle colour. It's not the up and it's not the down. It's somewhere in the middle for all facets of life. So whether you're talking finances or health or your mood, maybe it's a kind of a mood you've got rolling through June. It's kind of a mediocre mood. So anyhow, coming back to the Hanged Man, he often reminds us that we come to times in our lives where we hit literally the crossroad, and this can be around making decisions or going in a certain direction. So you could either come up with options that you have choices to make. Do I go left or right? Do I choose to be with this person or that? Or sell a house or stay where I'm put? It's those type of things, as well as even deeper, because we see this light around his head, almost like a halo, and that gives us the idea that there's thought and contemplation involved with him and his whole journey of life. Who am I? What do I want from life? Where am I going? Am I with the right people? Behaving in the right manner? So it's a lot of these type of thoughts that can come up when the Hanged Man is around as well. It often suggests that we do take time out to think and contemplate these whole ideas and modalities. So we could spend some quiet time alone in the second week of June. If you were thinking of it from a health perspective, it literally could be suggesting to you, take some time out, slow down, pace yourself. I think of this card as also referring to bones and vertebrae in the neck, the back and the shoulders. So if there's any pain around that time, you might want to get some sort of healing, Reiki or chiropractor work done, or cranial work, because you could also, there could be headaches involved, something along those lines. But because he's a major arcana card, it gives the feeling that there will be something that really does make you take the time out to contemplate your perspectives and your movement forward, where you're going. We come to this guy, and he's the Seven of Pentacles. No, sorry, the Eight. Sitting down here, and he's labouring away quite hard. But look at what he is actually achieving. And I don't know if he's taking the time out to even look at what he's managed to acquire or how far he's come in life. So there's a degree in this card that tells you to make sure you do, reassess what you've got and how far you've come and evaluate it. You might have more than you thought. You might have some things stashed away in areas you've forgotten, bank accounts or bonds or stocks, or possibilities that you could utilise for applying for new job positions that you've forgotten were in the back of your mind. There's a whole heap of things about this card that talk about fruits of your labour, and how worthy they are and how far they can take you. So it's a positive card. The other thing I think of are the chakras and the body balance. And I see he's got one here that he's hammering away on, and there's one on the floor, which comes back to my mind that there's something that needs balancing possibly. So a blockage that might need to be cleared, and chakra balancing could be useful for you. In fact, the music playing in the background, which started before I started the reading, is a chakra balancing energy music. So that sort of healing feeling will be flowing through the video for you. Financially wise, I would say it bodes quite well, because we see this finances growing. So something for you in the month of June in that third week could be quite positive pertaining to your finances. We come to the fourth week and we see the Death card, and we think of change. I think of rebirth, and it can be the shifting of old ideas. Now this could have come from something you did earlier in the month, from this literal change in thought that you might have had. So death is often about the progression forward, and that's exactly where he's moving. You see that he is on a horse moving forward, and also he's at the end of the reading moving into the next month, if you like, from a theoretical perspective. So I feel as though you're picking up some sort of change in direction and energy thought process that will lead you forward as the months go on. So June could have the beginnings of a new trend or something in your life. Death can be about the death of old habits, relationships, feelings, karmic cycles, anything. It could even be about the death, when I say cycles, so cycles of anything in your life. It could be cycles of illnesses you've been through, cycles of depression, or cycles of stress or pressure. Any of these could be falling away and preparing to move you into the new space. Because remember this, there is nothing more certain in life that nothing remains the same. Everything changes constantly. So we will finish there with these cards, and we will take a look at the angel deck for you guys. And let's see what crops up here. Bit difficult to shuffle, as I keep telling everyone, so we'll do it this way. The Angel of Clearing. Your time of waiting and confusion will soon be over. Well, that kind of matches with the Hanged Man that you received, and a little bit with this one here. So it sort of seems to be that you might be in that mood of contemplation during June, and If you've been waiting for something, that it could be starting to cohesively come together and form a pathway forward for you that will best suit. It requires your input and your contemplative thought to get it to this position, and there could be some other things that you have to do to complete it and make whatever it is that's on your mind that you're wondering about, or which direction to move forward. It takes aspects and areas of your life, to all come together to create this movement or momentum as you move forward. And oftentimes we do go through periods where it just doesn't happen. It just sits and it feels as though it's all stagnating. But remember, everything occurs for a reason. And timing, even though you might think it's either nondescript or happens at will, it doesn't. Timing of everything is actually far more connected than we could begin to imagine, because it happens at the right time for when it's meant to happen. And often we want things to happen, tomorrow or straight away. But sometimes that's just not how the universe works. And remember, often when we're wanting to go in a certain direction or make something happen in our lives, other people are often involved, and sometimes those other people aren't in a position to get that creativity or that action to amalgamate with yours at the same time. So waiting is part of the whole process. So nice message anyhow there, Gemini. Let's move on to your final card and see what message here for you for June. Michael, enchantment. Beautiful energy coming to you from one of the most accessible angelic vibrations that we understand on the planet. Michael is a great protector, and he's one that people feel easily able to connect with at many levels. He comes in here on the purple ray, which is often through the third eye. So that sort of spiritual connection feeling. Now, enchantment is, as you see here, we have this unicorn. It's kind of having faith and believing in the magical aspects of life, and even having fun. And I did say your reading seemed a little bit grey, as if you weren't necessarily having those great happy times. It could have been that you had something on your mind during the month of June, or other things that were occupying your thoughts, that were perhaps preventing you from being in that state of enchantment with something. Well, I think this energy is coming to you, and if you can grab onto it somehow, you'll lift that whole energy flow for the month of June. And you could feel this nice positivity and kind of happiness coming in when we connect with enchantment. It's along the same lines as joy and happiness and laughter, bringing in that lovely light, bubbly energies. Some of the words from the booklet, I'll read them out for you. Michael asks you to remember the magic of your life by connecting with the path of the enchanted. Is magic missing from your life, or are you aware of a lack of imagination in your creative purpose? Allow the divine joy of the child within you to reconnect with the free flow fun that was once present in your innocence. This is a doorway to the numinous. With this card, the unicorn's magical horn touches your soul with the love of its perspicacity, compelling, eternal, and especially wise about that divine light within you. When it shines, the charisma of your soul magnetizes all people to you. So there you are, Gemini. There is quite a lot of power in the enchantment card with Michael backing you. So I hope you're able to call on that and utilize it, and enjoy your month of June ahead. So thanks for subbing and liking, everyone, and following the videos. I really appreciate it, and I love it when you leave comments. So wishing you all the best. Much aroha. Namaste.